So the funny thing is, I want to talk about how to actually not care about what other people think. And I just caught myself caring about what you think so much. I was adjusting how I sit because I feel like if I sit this way, my legs look less fat. And if I sit this way, my thighs are bigger. But this is easier. That's the struggle of a woman every day. I do care, okay? I do care. But today I'm sharing how to care less naturally, okay? Without trying too hard and beating yourself up. Don't beat yourself up, okay? So how to actually stop caring. I want to share some things I have learned along the way, but obviously I still do care. I just try to only care about things that people who I really care about say, not everyone on the street. I have learned to live according to my own wish, living the way I want to live more. And I find it freeing with age, and I want to share how to do that with you. Maybe you can start doing it already. You don't need to wait until 45 to do it. You can do it when you're 18. That would be amazing. I think it's hard though, especially kids nowadays. They live in a world of Instagram and TikTok and everything is online. Every little thing is judged under the microscope. And I feel for them. When I grew up, I didn't have that. That's immense pressure. So what am I going to talk about today? First, that there's no they. Really, no one cares because they're not there. The second thing is, what is the biological reason that we care so much about what others think? And then how the European culture kind of cured my people-pleasing tendencies. Yeah, it's Europe that did it, even though America is the most individualist country in the world. But I learned to do better as a person by herself, better in Europe, because I had the room. And then the real cost of all this caring. What does that cost you? Let's talk about what is the problem of caring too much. Maybe you haven't thought about that. Why positive affirmations don't work. I'm not saying they always don't work. I find it helpful sometimes. I do it. Like I tell myself in the mirror, you are going to do a great job today. Go for it. Go. You go, girl. I do it. I think it helps. But in this case, I don't think it helps if you just look at yourself in the mirror and say, just don't care. But some logic might help, and we'll get into that. Then the next one is the truth about people who judge you. Why are they judging you? They are probably judging you because they're insecure about a point that they're judging you about. And then some very simple experiments you can do to start pushing yourself to care less. And that's something that anyone can do. No one really thinks about you. I learned this the hard way. I was hurt by a comment made by a friend who I thought was a close friend, like a sister. But because of the comment she made, I realized that no, she's not my sister. And that's okay. She is probably experiencing something difficult. She was, not anymore. I don't know, actually. See, that's another thing, because I don't think about her enough either. And then I came to the realization that maybe even my own mother doesn't think about me for 5 minutes a day. And that's totally fine. It actually feels freeing because I don't need to perform for anyone. There is no audience who's watching. I just need to be me. So that's the first and most important lesson, is that there's no they, no one is watching. And the second thing is that why does it hurt so much to feel rejected? This is because in caveman times, if you are rejected by the group that you're with, then you're basically done. You're done. You don't have food, you don't have fire, you don't have access to anything. No one is taking care of you. No one is helping you. You need to be in a group to survive, which is still true today. I think we still need one another to live. I don't want to live by myself off the grid. I'm not that weird yet. Maybe one day, but I'm not there yet. What we're saying is that I have fire at home, okay? If I want fire, I have fire. I have water. I have wind too. I have all the elements, but no gold. I don't have gold at home. Don't come. There's no gold, really. Your brain is tricking you into thinking, oh, you're going to be done. if you're rejected by others. This is not true anymore. Not always true, okay? Not for survival reasons, but the brain is conditioned that way for survival reasons. Being rejected by someone, for example, using a small gesture by unfollowing you on Instagram is not going to kill you, okay? It's not going to do anything. It does not even hurt. Why does it feel hurt? It's the condition that nature has put in our brain, basically. It's not real. No real harm will come from that. So that's another thing you need to carve into your brain. And then the third one is, how did Europe change the way I am? So I grew up in Asia where everything is about the group, the benefit of the group, the progression of the group, the welfare of the group. You always need to think about the group, the country, others, the society. You need to follow all these rules in the society. You know that kind of place, like Germany, Japan. And yeah, basically Taiwan was like that. No one was encouraged to think about themselves, what they want. There's always the expectation of the society, of the family. And then I went to the US where you think I would get better. I wouldn't say I was great at school the first 2 years. I was really quiet. I was the quiet Asian student. And then I learned to do it better at work by working in the US. I just learned to do it. It's a skill I learned. Then I moved to Europe where the Germans are very straightforward. If your work is shit, they will just tell you it's shit to your face without a smile either. That's the scary part. And in France, you just don't get compliments. People at best will tell you, well, not bad, pas mal. Yeah, but that means not bad. So at most, you'll get a not bad, and that's it. This is the kind of place where people hate small talks. They don't know how to do it, even though it can be pretty easy. So the trick is you just keep asking other people questions. You just follow up on the thing that they already said, and then just ask another question on top of that. For example, they say, oh, I like this restaurant, and say, what do you recommend from that menu? And why do you like it so much? And what does it remind you of? You just make up questions, and people love talking about themselves. You just let them talk. And then you're the best person in the world to them. You're such a great listener, and they would feel connected with you. But anyways, long story short, that's what the Europeans don't do. They just are very straightforward, and I find it's very refreshing. It stopped me from the tendency of people pleasing, kind of, because there's no point. They're not going to be happy anyway, so why try this hard? Kind of. But it's very freeing, and I appreciate that. I feel actually more free in Europe than in the US. Funny, see how the marketing works? I think the US is great at marketing their culture, marketing their values, but is it true? I don't know. I am learning another side of the story at least. And the fourth is what you're missing out on caring too much. I, for the longest time, was having long hair because I believed, which is true, I think, most men prefer women with long hair. I was told so already when I was 14. I was chatting with my crush, and he just told me, I had the same short hair, by the way, back then. And he told me, yeah, I prefer girls with long hair. Understandable. So I would say that it's true. For that reason, I never felt confident when I switched to short hair. I would switch back to long hair eventually. And for example, I was having short hair back then. Because of my crush, I started growing out hair. So this time, when I decided, you know what, just be you, do what you want, and just have that short haircut, I let myself do it, and it felt so good. And since then, I have been hit on by women more often too. Women are just nicer to me. I think a lot of them also want the short hair, but they're not ready yet. That's what they say. They're not ready. And I understand that. It does take some decision. There's a decision to make about yourself. And I hope everyone gets there. I'm not saying everyone should cut their hair. I'm saying that I hope the decision becomes easy because you will always choose yourself. You should always choose yourself, I think, because you need to take good care of yourself before you can take care of others. So what you're missing out by caring is the shirt or the dress you want to wear, but it's too colorful. I have so many shirts or dresses like that. It's probably too colorful for Munich, but I don't care. I don't care that everyone looks like quiet luxury. I'm going to wear colors, and I'm going to wear shorts even though I have fat thighs. And even though if I sit this way, my thighs will look bigger. We'll see. I'll cut it out probably. Okay, let's now. I am insecure. Okay, you called me again. I care. What you're missing out by caring. The ideas you don't share, the videos you don't make. I was also a victim of that. For the longest time, I could not stop making videos because I felt like no one would care about what I think. Well, which is maybe true. And I'm okay with it now. I don't care if you don't watch the video. I really will not blame you. I told my friends that I would never go and harass them and say, how come you didn't watch that video? Because making videos is important for me in order to have this creative outlet. I am doing it for myself. I need to have a creative outlet in my life, or I just don't feel right. It is for myself. I'm making these videos to share some things with you, of course, but more for me to have a creative outlet. So for the longest time, I just didn't dare to make these videos, but I decided to start. This is probably the 5th or 6th video. And because I'm so small, I am such a small channel, I feel more free in terms of experimenting. So I'm taking 360 cameras out to different locations to film. And I really like filming without a script. It feels more conversational too. All right, so the real price you pay for not doing what you want to do because you're afraid of judging. You feel stuck. You just don't feel right. That's who I was when I didn't have a creative outlet. And then we mentioned why affirmation by itself doesn't work. Because you can't just tell yourself in the mirror that, hey, just don't care. It doesn't work that way. You have to think first, realize that first of all, that audience is not there. And even if they judge you at the moment, like the Germans telling you your work sucks, this is shit. It's that moment. They don't go home and think about you. They don't journal about you. Even if you wear like a colorful shirt, colorful dress, it's not like they're gonna go home and think about you during, the 8 o'clock news. So it's not like they're thinking about you watching Netflix. So yeah, just do it. Just do it, man and woman. First of all, no one is there. No one is really judging. And then think about if you see a weird person, like let's say a weird person with a shirt that is outrageous for Munich standard. You don't think more than 30 seconds. I just move on with my day. I don't think about this person ever again. And it's probably the truth for other people as well. If you have mismatching socks, for example, it's not like they have it on their mind and keep thinking about it. No one is caring about it, really. Just us. So this kind of logic, first of all, the audience doesn't exist. And if they do judge, it's that moment and it doesn't hurt you. The world does not end and they don't keep thinking about you because they move on with their lives. This kind of logic helps better than affirmation. Just don't care. Judging people are probably insecure about something too. Chances are they're probably insecure about the part that they told you that you're bad at. For example, someone who tells you gained weight is probably worried about their own weight. Fun fact, people in Taiwan think that they are showing that they care about you, that they notice that you're different by telling you that, oh yeah, you gained a few pounds, which is super impolite, but people don't know that. So they do that and it can backfire. But yeah, chances are they do care about their weight because everybody judges everyone in Taiwan. You are always going to be too fat in Taiwan, well, at least me. If there's someone judging you about your career path, that person is probably insecure about their career path. Just judgy people are insecure. That's it. So what experiments can you do to stop giving a f? I have a story to share. One day, I got scratched by one of my cats very close to the eye here on my face. So I just looked like Scarface, literally. And I had to go to the office the second day. I was thinking, oh, probably everyone is going to ask me what's wrong and I need to have an answer. So I rehearsed the answer in my head. Oh yeah, my cat scratched me and I already took care of it. I don't think there's rabies because they already got shots. So I had all the answers ready. No one asked me anything. No one talked to me, said anything. Like no one on the street, pedestrians, no one looked at me even twice. And it was such a wonderful day because, again, no one cares. So you just be yourself. And you don't need to be cat scratched in order to practice. But for example, we already mentioned wearing socks that are mismatched. Or maybe one is blue, one is red, or even from different pairs. See what happens. I mean, even if people notice, so what? It doesn't hurt. And the day passes, they go home, they forget about it. Do that and wear the dress that is too colorful for Munich, because I started doing that. It feels great. Order the thing on the menu that's just for foreigners or the wrong thing on the menu. Yeah, see what happens. Nothing. I guarantee you, life goes on, everything is fine. All right, so every time ask yourself, well, see, did the world end? No. Did it hurt? No. Will that person continue to think about it? No. Is there really an audience who's caring? No. Does your mother think about you for 5 minutes? No. Well, that's what I use to comfort myself. It's very comforting that my mom doesn't care. Maybe she does. I'm sorry, Mom. And yep. If you have a story about you not caring that you would like to share, please share them in the comment section. And if you like this video, give me a like and follow. See you in the next video. Bye.